welcome back to the RMS Titanic. So, we are here in our cabin. So if you remember at the end of last time, we decrypted, so we now know where the Rubaiyat is, and we have several things that we need to pay attention to. So actually, I had some notes on the Titanic, and how unprofessional of me, I have not got them in front of me. Here we go. So what we've still got to do, we know where the Rubaiyat is, we've taken that note down. We need to find someone, and we need to not give somebody a necklace. So we've got several things to do, I suppose. So where am I? I'm on C deck, which is my deck. I want to go to B deck? No. Is that it here, actually? Purser's office. Yes, here we go. Right, so we want the Purser's office.
Only I'm allowed to access the cargo manifest. What do you want?
I would like to check something. Oh no. No. I require assistance.
I can check valuables, store cargo, list passengers, etc.
Etc. May I check the
Have you got a name? If you do, I can tell you their cabin number.
So I'm interested in... Let's see more people. So we're looking for GQC. Officer Morrow, Max Siddleman. Smells! Captain Smith. A passenger with the initials GQC.
Let me check. Mr. George Quincy Clifford,
Ooh.
A27.
A27? He's in the A deck. Very, very nice.
Deck games are usually reserved for daylight hours.
Thank you very much for your help.
I live to serve.
I bet you do, boy. Good night.
Glad to be of service. Good night.
Excellent. Okay, so we know what cabin he's in. So maybe we'll go pay him a visit in a little while. One thing I do want to do... Ooh, what's in here? We can't go that way. This is more A-deck cabins. I figured this episode, because we've not really taken all that much of a look at what is the grand ship. Oh, we're on the promenade, not the boat deck. So this, I figured this episode will maybe take a quick look around the glory that is the RMS Titanic. So this is the boat deck that we've got here. Now the ship is quite well mapped out actually, which is always pretty cool. So there's not really all that much on the boat deck actually. So let's talk about the A deck. First class lounge, which I'm not going to show you just now because we've got to go there as part of the story. So that's there. So what's on B deck? Anything useful? So B deck, I'm not going to tour you around absolutely nothing, but there are a few things. So this is all cabins here. D deck is the dining saloon. In fact, actually, the B deck. Yeah. Let's go to B deck a second. So let's find the aft staircase, which is this one. No. Where is it? I'm lost. Okay, it's not. It's here. So the aft grand staircase is here. So this is where we want to go. So, this is the secondary one, and we want to go down to the B deck. So this is one thing that you see in the film, I think, the Café Parisien. It's designed to be like a French cafe. So yeah, this is quite an interesting looking thing. We can't go into the dining hall, which I guess was the other place I could have showed you on this deck. We're on B deck, aren't we? Yeah. So the restaurant is obviously closed at this time of night. You can go down to the D deck. So, yeah, this is the B deck. And while we're here, we may as well do... Uh-oh. That's a bad sign.
Did you get it? Get his name?
I did.
Clifford. Never heard of him. You don't suppose he's rich, do you?
Well, he's in an A-deck cabin. Or am I always thinking?
You're an angel. And I've news for you, too. While you were gone, Andrew Conkling's been asking for you. Yes, Conkling, the Steel Baron. God knows what he's been doing in Europe. Buying it, probably. And where was I? Oh, yes. Andrew Conkling asked me to pass along this. You know his wife Beatrix, the designer. Such an eye! Her clothes preserve the bust line. Couldn't be more flattering. Keeps the eye moving. Much nicer than Worth's.
I quite like this.
They're friends with Captain Smith. Smith! So handsome, so dashing. White Star's best officer. Or was. He's retiring after this voyage. Couldn't be more tragic. My dear, you've blanched. Bad news?
Good night.
Certainly, I must... It's Mrs. Burbank! Consuelo!
Yeah. So this is story progression every time it goes to a cutscene. You've progressed in the story. Now, I know what this is. I know who Mr. Conklin is, and we don't want to go into the smoking room. And that also means I can't go into Scotland Road. So I'll just tell you about it. I can show you the map. So the Scotland Road is the longest running... Yeah, so this is Scotland Road here. So for Scotland Road and aft Scotland Road, at just over a kilometre, it is the longest single corridor that was on the Titanic. And it runs basically the entire length of the shift. So I don't want to go into Scotland Road just now, but there was something I wanted to show you. I can't remember how to get to it. We do need to go here. That is one of the places that we wanted to go. I'm trying to find it. It's one of these things that you don't really batter an eyelid to nowadays. But back then it was quite an important thing, and now for the life of me I can't find it. So I'm not going to dither for too long here. This is a cool place. We'll just time travel here. So yeah, this place, the Turkish bath. So they had a spa on board, and this is it here. So this is the Turkish baths, and I want to show you something that is nightmare fuel. So basically, this is kind of like a traditional relaxing place. You've got your mirror, you've got your a nice water fountain, changing facilities here. And honestly, this is one of the most terrifying things you'll ever see in your life. It's the electric baths, and this was an attempt to kind of create a portable steam room around you, and supposedly they were actually quite safe. However, the thing's a nightmare fuel. I'll just go into one of the Turkish baths, the electric baths. Look at it! It looks like a freaking Iron Maiden. So you can kind of see how it works. You've basically got this sheet that goes over you, so your body's all encased inside, and it uses electricity to generate steam, which does that. It looks fucking terrifying. I wouldn't be cut dead in one of those things. Anyway, so I think that's everything I can get to at the moment because I'm a lost cookie. Oh, this is a cool place actually. Let's go. Let's go to the C deck a little minute, and we'll head down to D deck. So this is the big dining room that is down here. And of course you can't get to it because it's all in darkness, but basically you've got the reception, which is where you basically meet and greet people before you head through back to the big dining room. So yes, what's here? Cause I clicked something here a minute ago. No, okay, we can't go that way. Ooh, elevator stairs. Right, okay, well, I guess we had best progress to the story, so what do we want to do first? Let us go to the smoking room. So, I can't remember which deck the smoke room's on. It's not, that's cabins. B deck cabins. It's up in A deck is the smoking room actually. Yeah, first class lounge. We're looking for the smoking room, which is crap. First class lounge. First class lounge. See if you had the money for it.
Yes.
Whoa. Shit, son! Nice, Mebbles.
The lounge is closed for the night. We'd open it again only in an emergency, which we are not experiencing at the moment. Good night.
I wonder if this is going to be plot important soon. So Smethles says no. Right, where the hell is the smoke room? I've now got lost. Is it on the boat deck? The gymnasium. Over the smoking room. Ah, okay, it's the aft staircase. No. E-deck. First class smoke room. There we go. Right, so we're now in the aft grand staircase, which is here. So let's go in the smoking room and see who's all here. So there's quite a lot of people. I mean, what time is it if we check our watch? It is... So it's 10 o'clock. So yeah, there's still a few people around on a fateful Sunday night. So everybody's all in their finest. Fireplace and photo, which is awesome. Now, I was to meet two chaps here, but I'm starting to wonder if I've maybe missed the opportunity. So what we're looking for is the Colonel. They're all here. Okay, we'll get them in a minute. This person. So everybody who's in fancy clothes, but slightly fancier than everyone else, is plot important. So let's speak to...
I don't know you, nor do I want to. Leave me or I shall summon a steward.
Whoops. Actually, they don't allow women in here.
Tell me, do you approve of women who smoke?
No. It's not good for you.
If you want to be a bore, I suggest you travel steerage. Good evening.
Okay, so that's
if you want
that's
to be
all
a
she's
bore,
going to say.
I suggest you travel steerage.
Okay, that's
Good
fine.
evening.
I don't need to talk to her at the moment. Actually, no, maybe I do. It's unusual to see a woman smoking.
Tell me, do you approve of women who smoke?
Let's throw my previous misogyny out the window.
Andrew and I wintered in Cairo.
Oh crap!
We returned via Paris, where we ran into all sorts of people.
She's Mrs.
including
Conkling.
That charming German Colonel Zeitel.
Oh.
He had a great interest in rare books.
Including one he's
It will
smuggling.
be wonderful to be home. No dust storms, no lepers. Mr. Trask predicts a banner year for me.
Excellent.
Trask? A brilliant seer. Brilliant! I consult him about business decisions, and he's never steered me wrong. He instructs me to travel on only 2 ships, the Titanic and the Lusitania.
Okay, so obviously we know what happened to the Titanic. For those of you that don't know, the Lusitania was a famous ship in World War I, and because it caused a lot of controversy in the war, because World War I was very much a kind of gentleman's war, almost. So when it came to naval warfare, if you didn't do everything by the book, people kind of got angry. So the Lusitania was a passenger liner that was sunk by a German submarine, which obviously caused a lot of anger from the worldwide community. But the Germans argued that...
Excuse me.
Sorry.
I must stop our chat here. I've other concerns. My maid, she's left us. Yes, well, good night.
Yes, this is a plot point. Anyway, she's gone. So, yeah, the Lusitania was sunk by a German U-boat in World War II. The German argument was that they received some kind of information that it was carrying a whole bunch of ammunition, and I think that was denied right up until 1984. So obviously a good 70 years after World War II, when eventually the Environmental Commission in charge of looking after the wreck basically did say that it was a danger because of the amount of ammunition still in the ruins. So it was a very controversial thing, but yes, it was also sank in unfortunate circumstance. So there's a funny little bit there. Right, so let's go meet. I don't know where Willie's gone actually. Willie and Zeitel. Let's speak to you.
Good evening, mon ami.
Mon ami.
Buick Riviera welcomes you to the tables. I am always delighted to play with friends of Max. You look familiar. We make a meeting before? Deauville? The casino at Monaco? New Mexico.
No, we've never
I
met.
lived there once. In Diamondback. Such a town. So, have we met?
Hard drive saloon, why not?
C'est vrai. Then we shall use my special cards.
Excellent. Okay. So I can show card. So I have 14. This is basically blackjack. Well, shit, son.
I have one as you see. Je regrette. Another hand, mon ami?
Ah, d'accord. I can't remember what happens when you win. Show card. Ooh. Nope, we're staying.
You have won. Well played.
It's
Again?
a game of pure luck.
Good night.
So that's Buck Riviera. Let's see what Max has to say. I think we need
How
to
you
be
doing?
joined by
You
Zyton.
fleeced you too? You know, you're letting me do all the talking. If you don't mind me asking, just why are you headed to New York?
It's bad business, son. Work.
Guess we all got our secrets, don't we? See you around, bub. Good night.
Yeah, night, buddy. So that's interesting because Zyto and Willie were supposed to meet us in the smoking room, and yet they're not here. So we're 15 minutes in, so I think I'm going to call this the end of this episode of Titanic, an adventure out of time. Thank you very much for joining me. When we come back, we will have to deal with the rest of the stuff that we have to do. So I'll see you then. Bye!